The story begins by painting a vivid picture of a man named Richard Alden, a self-made millionaire in his mid-40s who built his fortune in real estate and technology investments. From the outside, he appeared to have everything a lavish home, luxury cars, vacations in the Mediterranean, and a reputation as a sharp but generous businessman. His peers respected him, his employees admired him, and society envied him. Yet beneath the glamour of success was a man deeply absorbed in work, often absent from his home life. Assuming wealth could compensate for the lack of time, on an unassuming Thursday afternoon, Richard decided to return home early from a high-profile business trip. He had closed a deal ahead of schedule, and rather than announcing his arrival, he thought it would be a pleasant surprise for his family. As his private driver pulled up to the grand gates of his suburban mansion, Richard noticed something unusual. The gates were slightly ajar, not the perfectly aligned entrance he was used to seeing. A tinge of curiosity struck him, but he brushed it off, thinking it might have been the gardener or a delivery. Entering his home, the silence felt different. He expected to hear the background noise of televisions, the faint hum of music, or the staff moving about, but instead there was a heavy stillness in the air. Richard moved further inside, setting his briefcase down, calling out for his wife, Eleanor. No answer. He ascended the sweeping staircase, his footsteps echoing unnaturally. As he reached the corridor, muffled voices drifted from the master bedroom. His heart tightened, opening the door quietly. Richard was confronted with a scene that would shake the very foundation of his identity. His wife was not alone. She was with another man, someone Richard recognized all too well, a trusted business associate who had dined at his table and shared countless deals with him. The betrayal was immediate, searing, and visceral. The millionaire, who had commanded boardrooms and won cutthroat negotiations, stood paralyzed, his empire suddenly feeling fragile. The confrontation exploded with raw emotions. Eleanor tried to explain, stammering through a justification about loneliness, neglect, and Richard's endless absence. The associate, humiliated and defensive, tried to reason, but Richard's rage was not one that could be tamed by words. Though violence loomed in the charged air, Richard chose restraint. His dignity wouldn't be destroyed in that room. Instead, he walked away, though each step down the staircase felt like dragging the weight of betrayal, shame, and disbelief. The aftermath of that discovery unraveled Richard's world. The news spread quickly within his circle, not because he announced it, but because whispers travel fast in affluent communities. Friends who once envied his perfect life now pitied him. His trust in business partnerships collapsed as he began questioning the loyalty of everyone around him. At home, Eleanor begged for forgiveness, but Richard's silence spoke louder than any rejection. Nights were spent in empty rooms of hotels, where his thoughts haunted him more than the quiet. As weeks turned into months, Richard faced a crossroads. He could spiral into bitterness, or he could transform the betrayal into a catalyst for a new life. He chose the latter. Through therapy, long conversations with old friends, and reconnecting with estranged family members, Richard began rediscovering values he had long neglected. Money, he realized, had shielded him from pain, but it also kept him from true human connection. He learned to cook his own meals, to take walks without security details, to travel with anonymity instead of grandeur. His journey of healing also led him to charitable work. Richard quietly funded programs for single parents and community centers that provided safe spaces for children, causes that resonated with his own fractured family story. Though he had lost his marriage, he gained a deeper understanding of relationships, humility, and purpose. The man who once believed success was measured in millions began measuring it in moments of authenticity years later. When asked about that shocking day he came home early, Richard would simply say, "It was the most painful gift life ever gave me." He no longer carried bitterness toward Eleanor, nor hatred for the associate. He had moved beyond them, building a life that, though less extravagant, was infinitely richer in meaning. The story closes on an image of Richard sitting on a quiet bench overlooking a park where children play. No mansion gates, no entourage, just a man who had everything, lost it in an instant, and found something far more valuable: himself.